Good morning everyone, welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm going to Baku this afternoon, so I thought I would do a come pack with me to begin with and let you know what's all in my bag, because I get a lot of requests about packing lists and what to pack. This is my normal bag, but I will do a kit bag version when I get to the range and go and collect my stuff as well. So let's get started! First things first is my yoga mat. It's the easiest thing to pack first because it's, you know, the longest, but take a yoga mat everywhere I go so I can exercise depending on whether there's carpet or hardwood floor or whatever like that. Next thing that usually goes in is my foam roller, which is the easiest thing to pack, and then inside my foam roller I usually put stuff. This is like something you can wedge under a door so you can do Nordic curls and stuff. Sometimes that fits in, but the better thing to fit in is my hydration powder that I take with me. It's the Science and Sport Go electrolyte stuff. I just pop it in my water and it gives me a bit of extra energy. Usually I'd take an extra pair of shoes or a couple of pairs of shoes, but given that I can't run at the moment, I'm not bothering to take an extra pair of shoes, so it's just the ones I'm travelling in. So I don't need to pack those, but they would usually go in next. These go in next. I've been trying to do the Daily Stoic. I don't know if you've seen this, but for a while I manage a month and then I stop for a month and then I try to pick it back up again, and it's not the most consistent, but you know, but something's better than nothing. And then we have a massive pile of clothes here. I always pack too many clothes, but essentially in here I've got my team uniform, my shooting underclothing, my normal clothes, like a pair of shorts for working out in, and then like a pair of jeans, a top, a jumper, just for like going out and dinner. We're not allowed to go out usually in team kit, especially in like a lot of countries we're warned not to wander around with the British flag on us. So yeah, I've got like normal city clothing. So one of the other things that I take away with me a lot is food. So I do these huge food shops before I go away. I know it sounds kind of daft, but because I've got Crohn's, sometimes when I go abroad, like the water and the food can really disagree with me, and like it just cause me a lot of pain. So I quite regularly take my own food for like dinners and lunches and snacks and stuff like that. So yeah, I've got a lot. I'll show you what I've bought, and maybe it'll give you some hints, or maybe you'll think I'm crazy. I don't really mind. So I have 2 huge full bags of food. I did rummage through these yesterday, so there's like toothpaste, for example, shouldn't be in there, and I took some stuff out. So there we go. This is all the food that I bought. Butteries, you almost certainly won't know what these are if you're not Scottish, and even then probably from like the north of Scotland. Butteries are basically just like lard and flour, and it sounds disgusting, but they're amazing. I used to eat these quite a lot when I discovered that you could buy them down in Edinburgh. I did manage to stop for a while, but they're so good and I saw them at the shop yesterday, so I bought some. First thing is prune juice. I've started drinking prune juice as a source of fibre. I really struggle to buy it in other countries though, so I have to take it with me. This is the long life stuff from Holland & Barrett. Hopefully it doesn't burst on the plane. What else have we got? Soup sachets. I'm a big fan of like chicken noodle soup, especially when I have an upset tummy, so I always take some of these. I probably don't need this many. Yeah. In terms of snacks, I do quite a lot of snack options. I love these Whitworth shots. I have quite a lot of these. I should probably go and grab the other ones as well. They're just like these shot sachets, and they're like the perfect size for a snack, so I grabbed these. These ones are toffee and pecan, which I love. I also get these, like, they're called oat squares. I swear it's a cookie, but these like Fuel double chocolate oat cookies are really tasty. They gave me a big box of free stuff a while ago and had a couple of these in them. I couldn't find them in shops at the time, but I saw them yesterday and was like, oh, I remembered that these were really good, so I bought some of those. I bought a couple of things of Bourneville. It's my favourite chocolate, it's dark chocolate. I did buy 2, I don't think I need to. I was maybe hungry when I did this shop because I did buy a lot. But Bourneville's like dark chocolate's kind of good for you if you have like a little bit every day. So one of them, cookies, jelly tots. I love jelly tots. I realise a lot of this is just like sweet shit at the moment. There is healthy stuff in here. I just, you know, you go to another country, you want some home comforts. So jelly tots. These are new. I've never seen these before, but they're basically like those fruit roll-up things. But in strips instead, and they looked a bit flatter than the fruit roll-ups, so I got some of these. The best thing to do if you're packing and you're limited on space is to take stuff out of the boxes. See how much smaller that is? Snack bars, I buy the Trek protein flapjacks, not necessarily because they're all that good for you. They've got a decent amount of protein in them and they've got like a decent amount of fibre in them. I just find them tasty. So I got 3 different flavours, the chocolate, the, what are they called? Smooth lemon and white chocolate and raspberry. All of which I quite enjoy. Now usually I take a travel kettle, but mine broke the last time. It got like smashed and I haven't bought a new one yet, so I'm just going to hope that the hotel has a kettle and that it's like portable, that I can like steal it, borrow it from the hotel and take it to the range and stuff. Sometimes I travel with a slow cooker, well it's not a slow cooker, it's like a rice cooker, and I do rice and stuff like that. But Baku, like, it's got pretty decent food anyway, so I didn't bother to take that on this trip. It's a reasonably short trip, so I've just made do with sort of instant food. Ribena thins, one of my favourite things. I eat these instead of crisps. These are the rosemary and sea salt ones. They're really tasty. I only ever used to take 2 boxes and I never have enough, so I bought 3 this time. Other snacks, I get these strawberry fruit bits. Again, I don't know how good any of this stuff is for you. I feel like it's vaguely healthy because, you know, it's like fruit, but I'm pretty sure these are packed with sugar. They're just like little sachet bags of little tiny bits of strawberry, vaguely strawberry flavoured something covered in yogurt, which are pretty tasty. These pip and nut things, again a little bit of chocolate and a little bit of like peanut butter or something, so they're pretty decent. Gently baked strawberries, those are pretty good. I realise there's a lot of snacks. I'm probably not going to eat all of these, but you know, when you're like nervous or something, I get like a dry mouth or things, so sometimes things that I would usually eat then become very unappealing to eat. So yeah, I need to have like options for different kinds of snacks. Bagels, I really love bagel thins. It's going to be a little bit sad because there won't be a toaster, but I really like bagel thins. I also have, I've left it in the fridge at the moment, but some Philadelphia, a big pot of Philadelphia that'll hopefully survive the journey on the plane, and then it'll go straight in the fridge at the hotel. But that's like, the Philly stuff's really good for the bagels and for the Ribena thins and gives me something cool. It's not just dry. I also bought a little thing of Baby Bells, which I love, and there's some Yakult through there, again for my tummy. Right, y'all are gonna laugh at me for this, but Spam. I fucking love Spam. So I take a couple of little jars with me, gives me some extra protein. Love it. The other thing I take is Long Life Yazoo milk, banana and chocolate. I like my milk, but I don't like to drink milk in other countries. I realise that's probably mental, but because I have a thing about it, I then actually have a thing about it, so I take my own milk. And then these are one of the best things I found. I used to take like cans of tuna, sometimes I still do, but you can get like flavoured tuna, so you can get like sweet chilli or like chilli and garlic tuna cans. They're really good, but the cans take up quite a lot of room. And then I found these like John West jacket toppers, so they're just like jacket potatoes, baked potatoes in where I'm from, toppers, and they're like tuna. This one's lime and black pepper dressing. They're really tasty. There used to be 2 flavours, and the other one I think was sweet chilli, but as I didn't have the second flavour yesterday, so I have a whole bunch of the same flavour. And then we come to the fun bit, which is basically a whole bunch of these. I realise these are the same one, they're not all teriyaki. We have noodles, I have some porridge pots for the mornings, some granola in case I don't want something hot, more porridge, more granola, and then more noodles. We've got Singapore style noodles, Thai style noodles, hoisin duck, sweet chili, chow mein, Oh, the Itsu ones, the satay ones, they're really nice, but they're more expensive, so I'm gonna buy one. And then we have pasta in case I don't want noodles. We've got creamy carbonara and chicken and mushroom, and there's 2 of those each. So I'll probably have some of those for dinners on days where I cannot be bothered going out to a restaurant, and some of those will just be for lunches at the range. And then I've been working with a nutritionist recently, trying to help me sort of manage my Crohn's and things. I really struggle to eat in the morning of matches because I get quite a lot of bloating in my tummy, which makes it then really hard to shoot, especially standing, because it's kind of like squished and it can just be really uncomfortable. So we're trying a bunch of different stuff. I have no idea if I like rice pudding, but I have a couple of little rice puddings to try for breakfasts, was recommended, so I'll let you know how that goes. I do, however, like custard, so I bought a couple of custard things for pudding because I saw them next to the rice puddings, and a couple of ready to eat porridge things that are a bit more, so I can eat these cold if I happen to sleep in for and miss breakfast, which is usually the case. And we have a raspberry and a golden syrup. And I think that is it, yes. The other thing I eat, like snack and stuff on at home, are medjool dates. Again, there's a lot of fibre in them, and they're pretty good for my tummy. I've got a big box here, but there's no point in me trying to put that in there, so I'm probably going to put these in a sandwich bag in my rucksack instead, so it doesn't take up quite so much room. And then the only thing we really have left is to obviously put my clothes in on top. I usually pop the clothes in to sort of protect the pots and stuff because they burst quite easily, as you can tell. But yeah, the only other thing is like exercise equipment and toiletries. Also, I have, this is a copy of my sister's book. Jen, if you don't already know, my sister Jen wrote a book. It's a high fantasy novel called Blood of Ravens. Really good. I know I'm biased, but it's very, very good. But this is for somebody from Slovenia, I believe. I'm not sure who it's from, but I got the request from Ziva if I could get a copy and bring it out. So that's what this is. So that needs to get chucked in. And then yes, exercise equipment wise, I already spoke about this. So you like shove that bit under the door, so like, and then close the door, so it's kind of like this, and then you would hook your feet under the foam parts, and then you can do like Nordics or Nordic holds or whatever. So one of my weak areas is my hamstrings, so I take this because it's pretty small and pretty compact, and it can help me train my hamstrings when I'm away. And then what else have we got? I can't do a huge amount of gym work at the moment because of my aforementioned hip injury, but I was at physio yesterday and got a lot of like exercises and stuff, most of which didn't need too much equipment. I've got some like strong bands that are quite short, just for going around my knees to try and help with my glutes. These are like longer bands that are also strong, well, a strong one and a weak one for arms. They're a bit longer, so that can help with my upper back. I've got a yoga strap for helping with stretching my hamstrings. Toe spacers because I get sore feet, and a peanut. This is just 2 tennis balls pressed together, if you don't know what peanut is. And this is like the multi-tool, I guess, a Swiss Army knife of exercise equipment, because you can roll your feet on this, you can like do trigger point stuff on your back, on your bum, on wherever. It can be a sort of mini foam roller if you don't have a big foam roller. So these things are great. If you don't have one, you should make one. And then the only other thing we need is my toilet bag and my makeup bag. So bought myself a new deodorant yesterday, pop that in. So toilet bag, generic stuff, shampoo, conditioner, cleanser, toner, moisturizer. I do need to grab my razor. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then my makeup bag, which to be honest I might put in my rucksack. I pretty much exclusively use Vive at the moment. Yeah, makeup bag is what it says in the tin. And last but not least, my hair. Most of you will have spotted that my hair is obviously not that blue anymore, but in some of my videos I have a very long blue ponytail. That's because it's in a bag, so I got to put my ponytail in. And that's it. That's all that goes in my suitcase. I'll show you what goes in my rucksack and in my kit bag later. Okay, the other thing I need to pack is my rucksack, and this is the thing I take on the plane. So it's fairly easy. I try and keep it as light as possible because lugging it through a heavy airport is not always the best, especially not for my back. Yeah, so easiest things first, iPad, which to be honest I pretty much only use for television these days, laptop for everything else. Gives a bit of structure to the bag so it stands itself up as well, which is handy. These go with this. This is a Power Dot. It's now done by Therabody, I think. But if you've ever had like a Compex or a TENS machine, it's essentially one of them. So you like these little dot thingies, the sticky pads, you stick these on yourself, you stick that on the dot, and then it's with an app on your phone and it gives you like electrical muscle stimulation. So I use that for recovery, both from travelling and from shooting. Headphones. If you're a frequent flyer, I highly recommend a set of noise cancelling headphones. These absolutely changed my travelling life. I don't think I would still be doing what I was doing without a set of noise cancelling headphones. I used to get very, very sore ears on planes, and now I don't. Also, make sure that they're fully charged before you get on a plane, especially if you're on a long haul flight. This one's technically not a long haul flight, but it's I think 5 hours to Turkey and then another 4 hours to Baku or something like that. So it is like a long day of travelling. It's overnight, but yeah, make sure you charge your headphones. Speaking of chargers, the bag of chargers. So also don't forget your plug adapter. That would suck. I've got one of these. It's a wireless charging thing that does my Apple Watch in the middle, my AirPods at one end and my phone at the other, and folds down into a pretty small compact thing, which is really handy. Cable for said thing. I do also have a normal plug with a normal USB and a normal like phone lightning cable because my iPad is not wireless charged, but my computer and everything gets all charged off of the same thing. So that's all that. Also my Whoop charger. That's just the cable, and then my Whoop battery charger. So that's all the chargers that I need. It usually goes on the bottom because I tend not to need that on flights. My wallet, same thing. I don't know the last time I actually used a wallet because everything's on contactless now, but I take it anyway. I put my makeup bag in here. Sometimes if you just, like if you're on a long haul sprite and you look a bit mank, when you get off, I don't know, top yourself up a wee bit. There's also dry shampoo in there for the same reason. Document wallet. Passport, permits, visas, all that sort of stuff, all in the document wallet. After I've checked in, because with check-in I need like my firearms passes and all that kind of stuff, that's all in there. After check-in, when it's just my rucksack, I move my passport and my boarding pass over to here so I don't have to keep going in and out of my rucksack and taking it on and off my back. And then I just carry this thing around in my front because I'm lazy. These are compression leggings. The Skin's one of the best ones I've ever found. I've tried tons of different ones. The 2XU ones are really nice. They're nice looking, they're quite comfy, but they've not got the same level of compression I find as the Skins do. These are really important for me to keep my legs fresh, especially on these sort of like long haul flights, but that aren't long haul enough for you to get an extra couple of days of recovery at the other end. So these are super important. My medication, this is for my arthritis and stuff, arthritis and my Crohn's. So I take 2 of those. Vlogging equipment, obviously you're currently over there, but I now have started using like a backup phone as well. So this is my old phone, it's completely wiped, so it's literally just a camera and then this sort of like fake DSLR like handset thing, so I can like film from 2 angles at the same time, so that's fun. Usually put that on the outside so it's easily accessible. The peanut that I was talking about earlier is really good, especially because you could get delayed or whatever for comfort in the airport. Same thing goes with this. Most of you have seen one of these. Theragun, mostly for recovering and for feeling better in the airport. Sitting on planes all day is never fun. Mine regularly turns on in my bag, so I try and put it in such a place where it can't like press the button, but sometimes I will lift up my bag and it'll start vibrating, which is never fun if you're at the check-in desk. Snacks, I will probably put more snacks in here. Yeah, I've got some extra snacks, but snacks for the plane. This is my, actually this should probably go in the cable thingy. This is just my hard drive that's got all my vlogs and stuff on it because neither of my computers are big enough to do it by themselves. Now this isn't something that would normally be in my backpack, but I recently purchased this and it needs to go in my kit bag. So I really struggle sometimes if there's wind on the firing point and it's coming like into my face, my eyes get really dry. So I have had a pair of sunglasses for ages that I've shot in that I had intended to drill a hole in. so that it would like dull everything else down except the target, because sometimes it can be really bright peripherally but not down the sights. I ended up never drilling the hole, but I ended up, those were purple. I just wanted a clear set for days where it's really windy, so I don't want any like filter or anything for the light, but that I want to like block out the wind from my eyes. So that's a set of like a clear peel lens to go on my existing frames. But yes, those need to go in my kit bag. Hand gel, an essential. If you don't travel with hand gel, have you even lived through COVID? Kindle, always a good thing. Sometimes I travel with a book. At the moment I'm reading it on Kindle. I'm sort of near the end of one book and I'm going to start the next one, so it was easier to bring a Kindle than to bring 2 books. I am currently reading The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. It's the first of the Mistborn trilogy. It's really good so far, I'm really enjoying it. I have taken quite a while to get through it, not through because it's like a boring book or anything like that, just because I've been particularly bad at reading recently. Also fully charged. Yeah, and then I think like I just need to add a couple of snacks. This is my sort of like all my person bag, so it's got more hand gel, like a lip balm, some chewing gum, ibuprofen because I get a sore tummy all the time, and a pair of sunglasses, my sunnies, because you always need sunnies when you don't have them on hand, so now I carry them everywhere, so I always have them on hand, and then my AirPods as well, which I think are probably flat. But yeah, I then just wear this on my front in the airport, put my phone and my passport and stuff in it, because I usually don't have pockets. I'm quite often wearing like leggings. Sometimes they don't have pockets because the team ones don't. Because it's a longer haul flight, I've decided to go for like comfy trousers, and I'll put the leggings on when I get on the plane. So I probably don't quite need as much, but you know, stuff falls out of your pockets, so it's always a good thing to have. And then last but not least, my sister bought me the Stanley Cup for my birthday, so this is also going in the bag, but I'm still using it. And that's my rucksack, essentially. It's not too heavy, it's not too bad. Oh, the very last thing that gets packed, and he's not going in just yet because I'm not quite ready to leave yet, but my duck. This is Ducky, you'll have met him already, but yeah, Ducky sits right on the top of the bag, and he's the last thing to go in. So yeah, that's it. So I'm at the range just packing my kit bag and my guns to go, and I thought I would give you a quick run through of what's in my bag. What you might expect really, shooting kit. Yeah, I've got 3 different gloves for 3 different positions. I use the same one for standing and for air rifle. All my butt plates, all my sights, my shooting boots, my kneeling roll, my sling. I've got a box full of spare parts, all sorts of spare parts, spare buttons, spare screws of all variations, spare clamps, spare weights, spare butt hooks, everything, any like spares that you could, spare blinders, all sorts of spares. I used to have spare shoelaces as well, but I think I lent them to somebody and I haven't got new ones yet. I've got a torque wrench for bedding bolts, a pair of sliders, which may seem a bit like odd, but a lot of shooting ranges, you have to, well, all shooting ranges, you have to go and get changed somewhere else. So I quite regularly, because I wear lace-up shoes and I'm lazy, I will take the lace-up shoes off, but then I don't really want to have to put them back on again, and I don't want to get my socks dirty, so I just put the sliders on before I put my shooting boots on. Allen keys, bits and pieces for my stand, a scat, my earplugs. I do have a shooting diary in there, which I pretty much never use. Button buddies, stuff like that. So that's pretty much everything that's in this section. And then in the other section, I've got my my jacket and trousers, and like some towels for my stand, a spare pair of socks because I sometimes forget to pack mine, an extra underlayer, my yellow card, don't forget your yellow card. But yeah, that's pretty much it. When I'm traveling, I put my ammo case in my other bag because this one's too heavy as it is, let alone with the ammo in it. So that's pretty much what's all in the kit bag. And then in my rifle case, so I use 2, I'll turn you around actually. I use 2 soft cases instead of foam just because I found it easier. So I'll put like one rifle in one soft case and the air rifle in the other soft case, and then just put those both in my pelly case, and it keeps them pretty safe and sturdy while traveling. And then I've also got my cleaning rod in one of the cases, all my cleaning kit in the outside pocket of that case. The bolt needs to go in, don't forget your bolt. And I started traveling with the air fill adapter for my air rifle as well, so that I can prove it's empty The Pardini cylinders, if you've seen them, are like a slide rather than a dial, so you can't always prove that it's at 0 because the dial, the scale doesn't go to 0. It is empty because I've like screwed the thing in and there's no air left, but you can't like always prove it. And one time when I was in France, I was asked to prove that the gun was empty and I couldn't, so I now carry the fill adapter with me, so if I'm ever asked to do that, I just screw the fill adapter in and no air will come out, so it's empty. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I just need an ammo case and it's just got ammo in it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of what's in my kit bag. Nothing fancy, nothing extra really. The sliders is probably the only extra thing that I put in there. And like one of those like cooling towels and a towel for my stand. Everything else is just stuff that you need to shoot. So, oh, and a spare pair of socks. It's always good. So yeah. Now I have to say, I hate doing that at the best of times. In the winter, it's not very pleasant when it's windy and wet and rainy. But in the summer when it's really hot, lugging all that kit down the stairs and into the car is not my favourite thing to do. But we're done now, off to the airport, and then off to Baku. Just a little bit of update on the rice pudding front. Rice pudding is not for me. Taste is fine, but the texture is just nasty, so no.
Inside is not no experience. So he takes the rifle on the way, takes the bait, takes the bait, takes the paper, is okay, go away. This is good. Plastic. Or change.
Coming up for you, the 10 metre air rifle women's final. So it's really important that when I introduce you to the athletes,
here's Shona McIntosh,
that we make lots of noise for them and
gold medalist in Cairo earlier this year, 2024. He first burst onto the scene at the World Championships in Changwon 2018 when she took that gold medal in the 50-metre prone. And there's her coach and very proud father, Donald McIntosh.
Hello, China.
Real nice guy.
Twice. You have two athletes competing in this final, just in case you didn't know.
So Shona also a three-piece specialist as well, and your shots and the first eliminations begin after shot number 12.
Championship silver and 3 positions gold, alongside 7 World Cup medals. It's Shona McIntosh.
Shona McIntosh, who was a real medal hope at the Tokyo Olympic Games. It didn't quite work out for her. Will it be different this year? So here's how it finished in qualification. Will that have any bearing on the result today? The current world champion at the top. And that's how they line up from firing points A right down to H. Who will take the... So Shona McIntosh just still now with 2 shots left in this 5-shot series. So Kom Ji-hyun, who opened with a 10.9, completes that first series of 5 shots, but 4 athletes over 52. Mary Tucker just managing that with 52.1. It's always good to see Shona's dyed hair, isn't it? It's just so striking, I think just adds to her personality. .8 from that total of 53.3. That's how it stood after 5 shots, and after 10 now People's Republic of China was leading. It's now Kom and Wang at the top. It's quite close at the top, behind Nabata of Japan. That's a great shot from McIntosh as well, 10.7.
Still in 4th, Tucker. Got to do it again now.
And is now 1.5 behind Shona McIntosh of Great Britain. So once again, the athletes take their aim at the bullseye, which is 0.5 of a millimetre, 10 metres away. So McIntosh with a 10.2.
So we just had a 10.6.
Is that going to be enough to stay in the hunt for even a medal?
10.2, which means the difference.
Still only 22 years old. Shona McIntosh now 2.1 behind. She has 2 shots to try and make up that, particularly at this stage of a final, so it may be that Shona will just have to settle for 4th. It's always the cruelest place to finish, just outside the medals. Has to have a bit of a disastrous shot in order for Shona McIntosh to survive. But it is those qualification ranking points that are important to the athletes. And who knows, we could even see Shona again in the final when we move to the 3 positions later this week. From with a 10.7, another shot in the high 10s. McIntosh with a 10.1. So Shona will be leaving in 4th place. 10.5 from Wang, and the world record holder and world champion Han with a 10.7.
Great Britain, put your hands together for Shona McIntosh.
So Shona McIntosh smiles and waves back to the crowd, and I'm sure now we'll have her sights on the 3 positions competitions later this week in Baku at the World Cup. Such a cruel place to finish in 4th, just outside the medals. And a big hug and embrace from her father, Donald McIntosh.
Hey team, that is me back from Baku. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my performances. I'm gonna split this video in 2 because it's going to be very, very long. So I will tell you about 3P in the next video. But for air rifle, I was 4th in the final, which you will have just seen. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Fluffed up the start. My first 2 shots weren't very clever, and obviously my last 4 were a bit ropey as well, but I'd lost the medal by that point anyway. So actually being 4th, I'm okay with that at this point in the season, especially given everything that's happened over the last 2 or 3 months. My air rifle has really been a struggle for me, so to even have made the final, I'm actually really happy with. To have finally shot over 630 again for the first time since January, I think. I'm really happy with the progress, and there was at least 2 points in that qualification as well. My first 2 strings weren't particularly great, and then I picked it up after that and it was consistent towards the end. So still some things to work on, but happy with the progress, happy that I made the final, happy that I performed for the most part okay in the final. Yeah, the final being the next day wasn't as bad as I'd kind of feared, I guess. I still don't love it, it's not the best, but yeah, it didn't have as much of an impact as I had feared it might. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoy it. If you're excited to see about the 3P, make sure you subscribe and you'll get a notification when that video comes out, hopefully by the weekend. Double upload this week. Who am I? But yeah, if you really like the videos, it'd be great if you could give it like a thumbs up, and yeah, subscribe to not miss any more content, and I will see you next time. Bye!